Hello and welcome to the Inner Codes of the Beautiful. The knowledge of the cyclical nature of time is something that's been deeply embedded in the Indian psyche since ancient times. And it is from the profundity of this wisdom that the cyclical nature of one's actions are also understood. It's something like what goes around has to come around, like a boomerang. And also, from this cyclical nature of time, it's understood that anything that is created within the ambit of time would also go through cycles of creation and destruction, which means any creation would have to go through a process of entropy. Any object or anything that is born or created from its moment of creation or birth would go through a process of entropy or disintegration. And this cycle of entropy or the process of entropy is irrespective of scale. It could be the vastness of the universe or it could be the tiniest of scales of creation. And it is also understood that in a subtler space, one's own actions or karmas also go through these cycles where karmas are created and they would also go through a process of destruction. But these scales are of varying magnitude, quite like the wheels within wheels in a clock. The smallest wheel would represent one's individual karma, and larger wheels would represent larger scales of shared karma. So, what that would mean is, given the cyclical nature, at some point in time, there would be enough shared karma to create moments or periods of crisis. And this increasing order of shared karma would breach a critical mass where this crisis would affect large order of populations or large order of beings or scale of people. And this was a truth that the ancient Indian rishis foresaw. They foresaw that people would go through periods of crisis in time, and such periods of crisis would require healing and regeneration. This crisis could be for various reasons. It could be because of famines, it could be because of wars, it could be because of diseases, it could also be because of disintegration of societies. And it's precisely in these moments of crisis that one requires healing and regeneration. And the rishis have given us mantras to heal and regenerate. And one such peerless mantra to heal and regenerate is the Mrityunjaya mantra, the mantra that literally means a victory over death. Brahma Rishi Atri was one of the 7 mind-born sons of Brahma, one of the Sapta Rishis. The Sapta Rishis are mandated with the pivotal responsibility of establishing timeless knowledge as well as enabling cosmic energies for the benefit of mankind. And Brahma Rishi Atri is traditionally attributed as the giver of Mrityunjaya mantra. Atri, as the name suggests, is a compound of A plus Trayi. Trayi here is the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. And Atrayi means one above the Trinity. Now, it's quite like the father's status as against his sons or children. In fact, Brahmarishi Atri and his wife Anusaya were parents to the manifestations of the Trinity in the form of Chandra, Dattatreya and Durvasa. Now it so happens that Lord Shiva, being the one with no beginning and end, when he was getting married to Parvati, needed someone who could officiate in the role of the father, and Lord Shiva approached Brahmarishi Atri to be his father for performing certain rituals during his marriage. And when the marriage was completed, Brahmarishi Atri sought the blessings, or he sought the boon of Lord Shiva for his son Chandra, and Brahmarishi Atri placed Chandra on the tresses of Lord Shiva so that he is eternally associated with Lord Shiva. And when he places the moon or Chandra on the tresses of Lord Shiva, he became the Rishi of healing or the Rishi of Ayurveda. And Lord Shiva's, the significance of this association is the fact that when Lord Shiva, Shiva being the auspicious, the eternally auspicious, when Lord Shiva sits in the cremation ground, he is smeared with the ashes from the cremation pyre, and he is in a state of oneness, and his auspiciousness is undiluted. And in such a state, Lord Shiva then pours milk over his tresses with his 8 arms. When he does that, he becomes Mrityunjaya Shiva. And the milk that pours over is the milk of healing and regeneration. And when Ganga flows to the tresses of Lord Shiva, pouring over Chandra, she is essentially healing and regenerating eternally. Now, that Mrityunjaya Shiva who heals and regenerates, that energy of Mrityunjaya Shiva is what is captured in the Mrityunjaya mantra. The Mrityunjaya mantra finds mention in 2 Vedas, in the Rig Veda and the Krishna Yajurveda as well. In the Krishna Yajurveda, it finds mention in the Taittiriya Samhita. Brahmarishi Atri seeks Lord Rudra's blessings, whom he refers to as Trimbaka, the 3-eyed one, the 3 eyes representing the sun, the moon, and the universal light of fire. The mantra seeks healing and regeneration by seeking Lord Rudra's beneficence, so that one is rid of one's diseases of the body, mind, and soul, and also one is freed from the burden or the evils and the recurrence of death by being given the ambrosia of immortality. The mantra is traditionally recited with 3 verses. It's recited as Om Trimbakaya Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mokshe Mamrutat Yete Sahasramayutam Pasha Mrityo Mrityaya Hantave Tan Yagyasya Mayaya Sarvanavayajamahe Mrityave Swaha Mrityave Swaha Om. Jyotisha lends insight into the workings of Mrityunjaya mantra. Our bodies are predominantly constituted of water. About 60 to 70% of our bodies are made up of water. And the Graha moon is the one that signifies water. The Graha moon is also the one that is the lord of the sign of Cancer, which is responsible for healing and regeneration. It's a sign of Cancer that also indicates the heart, which pumps blood, and blood also is predominantly made up of water. And Moon exalts in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus signifies the throat and the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the one that gives one immunity and ability to fight infectious diseases. And alternatively, when Moon is debilitated in Scorpio, it signifies a stagnation or inability of the body to heal and regenerate. It is hence that it is Shukracharya who is the guru of the Asuras. Shukracharya has association with Shukra or Venus, and Venus is the one that helps regenerate, and Shukracharya was the one who was given the secret to revive the dead. He was given the secret of the Mrityunjaya mantra. Besides Brahmarishi Atri, who gave us the Mrityunjaya mantra, there are a few other rishis who gave us mantras for healing and regeneration. Shukracharya is said to have received the Mrityunjaya Bija mantra from Lord Shiva himself, and eventually it was passed down to Rishi Kahola, through whom we have the Mrityunjaya Bija mantra today. The Mrityunjaya Bija mantra uses the Bijakshara Jum. Jum refers to Jiva, and hence the Bijakshara or the Bija mantra Om Jum Sa has the ability to preserve Jiva by healing and regeneration. It is said that the chanting of the Mrityunjaya Bija mantra Om Jum Sa around sunrise triggers the flow of liquids and fluids as if moon were exalted. There is also one more mantra which is associated with healing and regeneration, which is the Somanatha mantra. The Somanatha mantra was used by Chandra when he was in strife, and Chandra worshipped Lord Shiva at what we today know as Somnath. And the mantra that Chandra used when he worshipped Lord Shiva was Om Namah Shivaya Somanathaya Vam Vam Sa. Chanting of the Somanatha mantra ensures overall well-being. Now, besides these mantras for healing and regeneration, Shukracharya, of course, had the ultimate secret. What Shukracharya did was he made a composite of various mantras of healing and regeneration. He used the Mrityunjaya Bija mantra, he used the Sadashiva mantra, he used the Mrityunjaya mantra itself, and he came up with what is today known as the legendary Sanjivani mantra. Sanjivani mantra is truly the Mahamrityunjaya mantra as against the Mrityunjaya mantra that we regularly chant. And it is a Sanjivani mantra that had the magical powers to revive one from the dead. I hope you liked this episode of the legendary mantras. Thanks for joining me this week. I look forward to seeing you next week again. Till then, take care.